I'm Ash from DroningON and welcome back. This is part 2 of our Ryze Tello review. First of all, we unboxed and set it up. In this part, we'll be flight testing it. So enjoy the video, comment below, and links to the products are in the video description. So what a day for it. We always moan about the weather in the UK, and then we get days like this. We just have to make the most of them. Got the Tello here, looking nice. Again, I just have to comment on how small it is compared to the photos you see. I think if you order a Tello, you'll be shocked at just how small it is. If you do want one of these, links are in the video description, so take a look, more details there. So first thing to make sure of is that the props are all on securely, just in case, and then we're gonna turn it on by pressing that button. Looking at the light on the front, which we can just see flashing red now, and it's slowly blinking red. So with that on, I've got screen recording here, so you can probably see the app. I'm gonna connect to our Tello. Now I'm using an S8 Plus here. Turn on Wi-Fi. I'm actually gonna turn off data as well. You can see the Tello is listed there, so I'm gonna press on that to connect to it. And we are now connected, and probably that light on the front has changed. Let's see. It's flashing green now, so that's good. Obviously that means we are connected to it. And now we get our live stream, yay! So there you go, you can probably see on the screen now, we've got a live feed from there. So in terms of the latency, not sure if you can see my phone screen there, but it's as usual per Wi-Fi, it's sort of about 50 to 100 milliseconds, and obviously that latency is going to get bigger as we fly it further away. Now, first thing we're going to do is go into settings, and in here, if you click on more, you can then go to bitrate, and it's on auto at the moment. I'm actually going to stick that up to the biggest so that we can get the best quality video. Also, photo quality defaults to normal. I'm going to set that to high because obviously we want the best possible photos we can get from it. If I now go back, now what I'm going to do as well is just set the sensors and calibrate it. So click the dots on the left, you see we've got IMU status is normal, center of gravity calibration is we can't calibrate that actually, but IMU, I'm actually going to leave that as it is because it says normal, so therefore it shouldn't need calibrating. So quite excited about this. Let's get it up in the air. So you can see top left we've got various buttons, we've got flight modes here. I'm not going to change any of those at the moment, and then on the left we've got a takeoff button. So let's record first of all. There we go, now on video mode. You see we've now gone full screen in the app as well. Start that recording. We're going to record as much of the flight as it will let us. And it's at this stage that I learned the hard lesson that I mentioned in part 1 of this review. It was the first time that I'd started up the app and the permissions bug hit me. Consequently, none of the video that I captured during this first maiden flight actually saved. I was gutted. For that reason, the onboard video clips that you'll see during this part 2 review I had to capture during a separate flight, and unfortunately it was a bit more windy on that day, so the EIS really doesn't look as good as it should. Remember, if you get a Tello, start up the app for the first time, then close it. Accept the permissions that you're then shown, then restart the app and all should be okay. Now we do only have one battery and only 12 minutes flight time, so I'm going to make the most of this. Press the takeoff button, slide to take off, and up it goes. Look at that. Now remember, this has no GPS. There is a slight breeze today, but that is unbelievable in terms of optical flow stability. This is only using the cameras underneath it to hold its position. And yet look at that, that is just not moving. Now if I move out a bit, just to show you that it really is not moving from its position. That is stunning. Now you can probably see some of the onboard video now, me with my stupid GoPro on my head. It's super quiet as well, really, really quiet. Tiny little brushed motors. That position hold is incredible. It's not using any GPS, no satellite hold here. This is purely from that downward facing camera. And on the screen we've got our EIS, so you can see the onboard video now. Looks like a tiny bit of jello. That's probably from the props, so it might be worth trying the spare props or balancing the props that you get with it if you get jello, but I can't really complain. That feed is brilliant. So let's give this a fly. Now, pressing this on-screen controls, it's very, very slow on here. Let's fly it around us a little bit in front. Now, as I say, there is a breeze, so I am flying into that breeze right now, but it's a very subdued flyer. Oh, just really good for a beginner. Now, this really does remind me of the Wingsland X1. You might remember we reviewed that a while ago. A really good little quad. Again, smartphone controlled. Very similar feel to this. Now, just whilst it's there, I'm going to turn it around and hover it facing us. You can see us on the onboard video right now. I'm just going to change the sensitivity, and you can go into settings, press fast, and that should speed up the flow of it a little bit. Now, I notice when you go to fast mode, it turns off EIS. That's interesting. So actually, to get the most out of the video, I'm going to leave it on actually. But obviously fast mode will basically make it fly a little bit quicker, but you sacrifice EIS to have that on. But yeah, that is flying really, really smoothly. So first thing I want to test is the altitude, because I have read that this is limited to 10 meters. So let's ascend. Now the reason it's limited to 10 meters is because of optical flow. That's the only way it can hold its position. And for that reason, that's why it caps off at 10 meters. So we're at its altitude limit now. And let's do a slow pan around. That's as slow as it's going to rotate. Interested to see what that onboard video is looking like. Again, it's holding its position so well for a non-GPS drone. That's really good. Now, whilst we're up there, let's turn around, get a nice scene, and then we're going to take a photo. So let's try, there we go, that's quite nice. So I'm going to stop recording, switch to photo mode, and take a photo. We get a little shutter sound when we do that. Take another one. Nice. And now I'm going to turn on the video recording once again. Now we are getting complaints that it's running out of Wi-Fi signal. We're not far away at all. I'm going to bring it down a bit. No prop wash as we descend there. That's a very smooth descent. You can tell that DJI technology is powering this drone from Ryze because it just flies so predictably. So let's do a bit of a range test. If I fly it away that way, again, that video feed is so nice. Considering this has no mechanical gimbal, it's all EIS. So I'm getting a warning that the video feed is, or the signal is getting low, but it's still flying away. That's just, I mean, that's the edge of the park there actually. If I just turn it back to face me, it's not bad. It's a little bit latent now actually, but not doing too badly at all. So in terms of range, that's sufficient for a beginner drone, I would say. We're probably about 40 meters away. Let's fly it back towards us. Now we are flying into the wind, and as I said, that fixed camera, remember, has no tilt, and that's really present. It's really obvious now because we're seeing the ground as we move. So you're going to get your best photos and videos when you are stationary. So if I stop moving forwards right now, there you can see me now nice and clearly. But yeah, so range, not bad at all. Right, what I'm going to do is land it and try one of the other features that I'm quite excited to try out, which is the throw to fly. So again, I stop moving there and look at that hover, just absolutely immaculate, really, really impressive. So I'm going to stop recording now, and then we're going to try the throw feature. So on the app, go to the modes button, throw to fly button. So it says tap the icon above, the motors will begin rotating slowly, gently toss the aircraft upwards and outwards within 5 seconds. So here we go. Something really satisfying about that. So throw to fly works, and as soon as you've done it, it just holds its position beautifully like that. The other feature is palm landing, so let's try that. Put your hand underneath it, and in theory, it will gently land on our palm. Yeah, really good. I can't believe this thing doesn't have a GPS because it flies so well. So, what other features do we have here? We've got, let's see, 8D flips, up and away, record a short video whilst flying upwards and backwards. 360, record a short video spinning 360 in its place. Circle, record a short video while circling. And bounce mode. Right, let's get it back in the air. and let's try some of these. So slide to take off. Up it goes. So first one we're going to try is 8D flips. This sounds interesting. So slide on the screen to flip in 8 different directions. Okay. So I'm going to actually slide on the screen here, and as I do it, look at that. That's cool. Let's do that again. So this time I'm going to slide forward. Now when you do that, there's quite a bit of drift. It doesn't seem to hold its position too well whilst it's performing a flip. Let's just try one backwards. Swipe the screen. It's told me we can't do any more because the battery level is lower than 50. That's a shame, but we've had a good long flight and we tried the feature and it works nicely, so no problem. So let's go out of that mode and fly it back to our landing mat, where it's going to stop and hover beautifully. Now, a lot of optical flow drones struggle with grass like this because it all looks the same, but this is doing an absolutely brilliant job. So next one I'm going to try is up and away. Let's try that. So I'm going to turn it around to face me, get it a little bit higher so we can see my face. There we go, and press up and away. Okay, and press yes. It's recording automatically and it's flying away automatically as well. That's really cool. This kind of reminds me of the Dobby. It's called short video, but obviously this has no GPS. It looks like that's the video, so it is literally a very, very short selfie. Let's see what other flight modes we've got. We've got 360, just records a video whilst it's spinning. Circle mode could be quite interesting. So let's get yes, and let's see how well it can fly in a circle around us. Bearing in mind it has no GPS, it's not asked me either to identify an object to fly around. So pretty impressive that it can track what looks to be a very neat circle, and yet it's got no GPS on board. And that's done a really good job. Now, normally to fly in a circle, you need a GPS coordinate. It needs some way of knowing what it's flying around, and it's just done that and even returned to the exact spot where it started. So that's really good. Next flight mode, what do we got? Bounce mode, automatically fly up and down. Interesting idea. Let's try this one. Okay, down it goes, up it goes, down it goes. Interesting idea. Not quite sure how you'd use that, but it's impressive to watch, I guess. I'm going to stop that. I'm getting motion sickness. So are you watching that, I'd imagine. So what else have we got? We've got 3D flips. That's pretty much it, actually. So in summary, this thing flies incredibly well. Without question, it's the most impressive optical flow I've seen yet. To be able to fly as it did is just really, really impressive. I'm going to land it now on our landing mat. Let's see how close I can get. Okay, and then we're going to press the land button. Oh, a little bit more to the right. There we go. Press land, and it's landing. Down it goes, very, very slowly. Okay, so I didn't get it in the middle of the landing mat, but still quite impressive. So that is the DJI, or sorry, that is the Ryze Tello. I call it DJI because they're the ones that sent it to me for review. But what an impressive drone. For £100 or $100, probably €100, I guess, as well. You get a drone that will hold its position outside, even in a breeze like today, capture 720p HD video, and it's got loads of features as well. If you're looking for your first drone, this is probably the easiest to fly that I've seen so far. You can also attach a Bluetooth controller to this if you don't like the mobile phone only control method. And of course, then you're gonna have far more control. However, you won't get a range boost because the Bluetooth controller still has to talk to your phone. So the range is gonna be the same, but we flew it all the way over there. That's about 30, maybe 40 meters away. That's plenty for a basic drone like this. And the flight time was great as well. I mean, we've only got one battery, but had a good long flight there. So really impressive. Well done Ryze, well done DJI, and also well done Intel because some of their electronics are in here. Comment below with your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up. And of course, click that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Well done, Tello.